whisper video about bees. Bees. You know, and I know, those things that fly around and pollinate flowers. I'm going to be telling you a ton of facts about them. Facts, while trying to be very, very soft whisper. Let me know what surprises you and what doesn't down below. This is a video request by our beautiful member, Rhea. We love you, girl. The bee is this channel's mascot, so let's learn more about where they originate from. A quick fact is a bee could visit 50 to 100 flowers on a single trip for nectar. A bee could visit 50 to 100 flowers on a single trip for nectar. That's a lot of flowers. A queen bee can lay 2,500 eggs in a day. A queen bee can lay 2,500 eggs in a day. That's a lot of eggs. Can you imagine? Next fact, in its lifetime, a bee will, be able to produce 1/2 teaspoon of honey. I think it means that in its lifetime, one bee will be able to produce 1/2 teaspoon of honey. Worker bees have a 6 to 8 week lifespan. Worker bees have a 6 to 8 week lifespan. So I think as we go on, we're going to learn more about bees. But there are basically 3 bees that I've learned, and I'm not going to be able to tell you what they are yet, but it's going to be, we have a worker bee, we have the queen bee, and then we have a drone bee. I think that's what they're called. We'll find out. And then next one is beekeeping. Dates back to 4,500 years ago. Beekeeping dates back to 4,500 years ago. That is a very, very long time ago. Okay. So I don't know if you knew this. I didn't, but bees like coffee. Bees like coffee. Just like humans, caffeine keeps these busy bees alert and active. This is why they are drawn to flowers with coffee nectar. There are 3 kinds of bees with specific roles. A colony's social hierarchy usually comprises of 3 bee types: workers, drones, and the queen. As the name suggests, all female worker bees are responsible for labor, from collecting honey to hive work. Meanwhile, drones or male bees do not do anything except copulate with the colony's queen bee to produce more eggs. That is wild. So bees in the colony. A queen bee does a mating flight. A mating flight. The queen bee leaves its hive and copulates. I'm totally not pronouncing that right, but you know what I mean. Copulates with at least 45 drones at a time. 45 drones at a time. All the collected sperm will be stored in the spermatheca, leaving the queen with a lifetime supply of sperm. It says, how's that for any bee facts? So a queen bee will go on a mating flight to basically get it on and freaky with 45 drones. And then it holds all the sperm in its body to have more eggs, or to produce more bees for the lifetime that it is. You go, queen bee, you have a fun time out there. Bees don't have the innate nature to make honey, although it may seem like second nature to them. Bees aren't born with the instinct to make honey. As such, older bees in the hive must teach them how. A bee's brain is as small as a sesame seed. A bee's oval-shaped brain may be small, but it excels at remembering and learning things. Queen bees live for a maximum of 5 years. In a day, the queen bee can lay 2,500 eggs. Queens tend to be busier during the summer as they need to reinforce the hives for the winter. Or not the winter, for the weather. So they're busy. Bees do a waggle dance when they find the perfect nectar. So it says that when they find the perfect nectar for the day, bees fly back to their hives and share the information with their fellow bees by dancing. This dance indicates the position of the flower from their hive and the sun, which is crazy. Bees are sensitive to smell. One of the amazing bee facts is that bees have a heightened sense of smell. In total, bees have 170 specialized receptors for odor. This allows them to know which types of flowers have pollen and nectar in them. There are 20,000 species of bees. Bees are insects that come from the family of Apoideus. Their large family is composed of many bee species, such as honeybees and bumblebees. In terms of genetics, bees are closely related to flies and wasps. I don't know if it's going to tell you this fact in this, but I was doing research on finding a good bee thing, and did you know that wasps eat other insects, but bees, like bumblebees and honeybees, do not. They just go from flower to as they seem, bees have eyes along both sides of their heads. The remaining 3 eyes are located at the top of their head, which gives them the ability to see UV light. Humans can be killed by 1,100 bee stings. Bee venom contains proteins that attack skin cells and the immune system, causing pain and swelling for typical cases. However, in large numbers, bee stings could kill a person. For the average human, 1,100 stings can already prove fatal. Meanwhile, people with allergies can be killed by even fewer stings. Definitely one of the bee facts to consider when you encounter a hive in the wild. This is interesting. Bee venom could prevent HIV. Aside from other proteins, melatonin is found in a bee's venom. According to research, this substance could potentially be explored as a cure for rheumatoid arthritis and HIV. A bee's brain chemistry changes from time to time. Bee colonies rely on worker bees for many crucial tasks, such as food production to gathering pollen and nectar. As a result, they need to be in their best condition. Because of this, bees evolved to have a unique brain function, depending on the task that a worker bee needs to perform. Their brain chemistry changes too. A bee can remember your face. Among their heightened senses, bees can map out a person's facial characteristics, recognizing which kind of souls would leave out nectar for them to come back to. This ability is now being studied for the development of facial recognition software. That's actually pretty cool. The sun helps bees with navigation. Since their extra pair of eyes can perceive polarized and UV light, bees also use the sun's position to locate flowers with possible nectar and pollen. Bees see all kinds of colors except the color red. Bees can see for at least 300 to 650 nanometers. Like most insects, they can see all the colors in the spectrum except the color red. I wonder what that is. Around have stingers, as their main role in mating does not require them to have one. Instead, male honeybees only appendages are genitalias that explode after mating. Oh my god, after the tip remains inside the female, this tip acts as a stopper for the sperm so it wouldn't leak out. Did you know you can order honeybees? Imagine if this was like a sponsor. Link down below and you get 10% off of your honeybees. But it says you can order honeybees. You can get live buzzing honeybees in a box made of mesh and wood. Once received, bees can continue with their hive making. However, it's important to know the basics and essentials of beekeeping so you wouldn't end up hurting yourself or the bees. Bees die when they sting humans. Typically, bees sting as a defense mechanism against other instincts invading their hive. However, bees will meet an untimely death once they sting humans. Unlike insects' exoskeletons, human skin traps their stinger, eventually tearing it from the bee's body and killing them. I'm sorry if that's gross. That's interesting though, I didn't realize. When they sting insects, that doesn't happen, it's just our skin. Fascinating. Oh my god, it gets even more juicy. Get this. Female or worker bees live for only 5 weeks. Female bees work until the very last day of their short lives. They gather nectar and pollen, continuing labor at the hive even a few hours before they die. Oh, and that says you can only guess where their phrase busy bee comes from. Queen bees eat special food. Aside from honey, worker bees produce a substance called royal jelly. As the name suggests, only the queen bee and larvae can eat it. It is also this jelly that activates the queen morphology into larvae, eventually determining which bee would grow to be the next queen. I also read somewhere, I don't know if this is true, but that substance also is what allows the queen to live for 5 years versus 5 weeks. A colony of bees could have 1 or more queen bees. In some cases, a new queen develops while the old queen is still alive. Under these circumstances, 2 queens can rule the colony until the first queen bee dies. That's kind of nice that they share the hive. The biggest bee species are bumblebees. Bumblebees grow 4 times bigger than regular bees in the US. They are usually found in South America at a noticeable size of 1.6 inches. Bees have an extra stomach. One of the more interesting bee facts is that bees have 2 stomachs. The first one digests food, while the other stores nectar and water storage. Without the extra stomach, the transportation of honey will not be possible. That's cool. There are 2 trillion bees to date. According to the recent data, the estimated number of 2 trillion comes from the existing colonies and hives are facing many threats. Parasites, climate change, and pesticides are just some of the common reasons why the bee population has slowly declined through the years. Without proper action, honey production and the overall balance of the ecosystem could be threatened as well. Bumblebees eat all the time. One of the fun bee facts is that bumblebees get hungry very easily. As the biggest bee species, bumblebees have to feed often to keep their work going. Bees play an important part in crop and plant production. One of the known bee facts is that bees pollinate flowers, vegetables, and fruits. This process allows plants to grow as they transfer pollen's female and male parts, allowing it to make seeds and bear fruit. The honey that bees store is for winter. Worker bees vigorously collect and store honey for the cold winter days. Luckily for us, they are very hardworking insects, so they produce more than they need in the winter. The excess honey is then cultivated and sold for consumption. I didn't realize honey's how they stay warm. It's interesting. Or they eat the honey. It's like hibernating. Very cool. You can plant flowers to support bees. You can help bees thrive by planting nectar-rich flowers such as bluebells and lavenders. So we kind of talked about this, but drones, they die after mating. During a queen bee's mating flight, drones have the opportunity to mate for 7 to 10 rounds. That's a lot of time. After it exceeds this point, the drone's abdomen rips apart, killing it instantly. Damn boy, but like 7 and 10 times, that's a lot. Honey from bees symbolize of love. The ancient Romans and Greeks viewed honey as a symbol of love. According to mythology, Cupid realized the value of passion without worrying about death or consequences after getting stung by a bee. Bee stings don't feel good. Okay, hive fences are used in fields. Native groups in Africa use bee fences to keep elephants from entering their fields and destroying their crops. The hives are placed around the area to protect the fields. Oh, these hive fences act as a humane alternative to wired or electric fences. That is crazy. So they basically create fences out of beehives to prevent elephants from entering their field. Very cool. Apollo was the first beekeeper according to Greek mythology. Apollo is a god in Greek mythology who was raised by bee colonies and lived on honey alone. Because of this, he was considered the first ever beekeeper in written history. Sometimes I forget to breathe, and that's why I sometimes need to take a little bit of a pause. It's hard to whisper sometimes. Bees were believed to come from an animal carcass. From the ancient until the pre-modern times, people believed that bees came from bucconia, or animal carcass. bees symbolize hard work, orderliness, and diligence and industriousness. Bees can locate land mines. In Croatia, bees are trained to locate hidden mines. Known to have excellent olfactory nerves, bees detect smells of any kind very easily. They are trained to identify the scent of explosives as food so that landmines could be traced. That is very cool. Beehives are immortal. So during the winter, bees enter a state of inactivity called torpor. However, they are always awake in time for spring. Bee types may come and go, but the hive remains strong as long as it's not destroyed by external factors. I'm curious if they all die off during the winter. I hope not. I don't think they do. Beehives. Oh, sorry, just that. Sorry, then. Carpenter bees don't sting. So, unlike bumblebees and honeybees, carpenter bees are not aggressive. They may have a stinger, but they only use it when they are handled or disrupted from what they are doing. Bees have 3 leg pairs. These pairs of legs are found in the bee's middle, back, and front, and comprised of 6 sections. All of these leg parts help them produce and pollinate honey. Bumblebees build their nests underground. So this type of bee lays its hive or nests in holes made by other large animals. Bumblebees are typically inhabit unoccupied birdhouses and compost piles. Oh, okay, interesting. That's kind of funny. Killer bees have less venom. Though its name might suggest otherwise, killer bees have significantly less venom than the average bee. Smaller than honeybees and bumblebees. They carry less venom. However, killer bees stand out for producing an excellent variety of honey. I wonder why they're called killer bees. Carpenter bees are the only bee species that pollinate. So carpenter bees have shorter mandibles, which makes them important pollinators for the sallow and open-faced flowers. Among all the bee species, carpenter bees alone can pick up and transport pollen from flowers. Definitely one of the... Wow, that's kind of wild. A vinegar solution will kill bees fast. Oh my god, I don't want to hear that. But in case you didn't know, carpenter bees live in woods and holes. If a bee infestation turns severe, you can mix equal parts vinegar and water into a spray bottle and apply to areas where the bees are usually seen. Can I just say this? These facts, they were just talking about how you need to save the bees, how you can have your own bees, and then now they are throwing something in on how to murder the bees. Okay. Bees have rotated understand in their real life roles. So in the Minecraft mob, bees are neutral and will not attack unless you attack their nests. Just like with the real life traits of bees, Minecraft bees also drive food production by being resourceful and gathering pollen while helping with your crops. Beeswax comes from a worker bee's abdomen. Honeybees produce this natural wax which forms into scales from their abdominal segment. Honeybees secrete this wax from their abdominal glands, with the wax either discarded during the workday or used to reinforce their hives. That's kind of nasty if you think about it. The founder of Bird Bees started by selling honey. So Bird Bees is a well-known American brand for personal care products. Its founder, Birch Evans, started the business by selling honey in gallons to locals, marketing his hives with his name to prevent others from stealing them. Throughout the years, the business expanded and branched out to other products for beauty and health. Treat yourself to their anti-aging oil, as it says here. A sweat bee's sting is not harmful. So sweat bees, that's a type of bee, make up the second largest kind of bees from the family of Apodia. They have a metallic-like appearance. Although they can sting people, their venom is not harmful compared to other bee species. Baby powder keeps sweat bees away, so like the name suggests, these bees are drawn to the smell of sweat. So it's best to always sprinkle a good amount of organic baby powder in those exposed areas. During winter, bees huddle together for survival. Bees do not have adjustable thermostats or thick skin to help them stay warm during cold winter days. They stay warm in their hives by sticking close to each other in a formation called a winter cluster. Did you know crushed garlic solution is a natural bee repellent? The smell of garlic discourages bees from coming near your house or your plants. Chop or crush a whole clove of garlic and soak it with water for at least 4 to 5 days. It's crazy. Bees also hate peppermint. It says they can smell from a mile away. Honey color depends on the flower that bees got it from, so the flavor and color of honey depends on what flower it was taken from. The color would range from dark brown to an almost colorless shade. The darker the honey, the stronger it is. Did you know that the first beer was made from honeycomb and water? A queen bee could survive a sting, while worker bees die after stinging humans. A queen bee could survive as they have smooth stingers that they can easily pull out. These queen bees and these woman bees, worker bees, are just the MVPs. Dang. Queen bees fight for the throne. A queen bee that is newly hatched will sting her rivals that are still unhatched. When 2 queen bees are hatched at the same time, they will fight each other to the death for the role. Wait, oh my god, that's so sad. I thought that they were sharing the hive. I wonder what happens when there's already like the queen bee and then there's that new one that's coming out, but she would let the new one survive, right? It sounds like it's only for like 2 baby queens. Did you know that bees helped to save America? So according to George Washington, bees helped to save America in the Battle of the Bees during the American Revolution. In this particular incident, loyalists ransacked a local farm while locals hid. During the raid, the loyalists stumbled on beehives, which provoked the bees and caused them to attack. This distinction allowed the locals to fight and kill the localist leader and 8 other members. That is wild. Imagine bees sticking up for the USA Revolution. Amazing. Did you know that bee colonies have a unique scent? So for bee members to identify which bees belong to their colony, they give off a specific smell. It's also through this scent that bees can identify invaders. So they have their own perfume. Baby bees stick out their tongue to ask for food. So for newborn babies to survive, worker bees give them food whenever they see them sticking out their tongues. That's really cute. Bees have tongues that resemble a straw. So bees have long straw-like tongues called proboscis. They use these tongues to siphon out nectar from flowers. Oh my god. Get this. Honey is technically bee vomit. Honey is technically bee vomit. After sucking a flower's nectar, it goes directly to the bee's second stomach. To make honey, they regurgitate their stomach's contents into cells of honeycomb. That's what's in the hive, fanning it using their wings. That's really cool. So they literally eat it, then they throw it back up into honeycomb. So you know you're trying to sleep or rest, but I think that's very funny. A bee's honeycomb does not only store honey, so apart from storing honey, bees also use honeycomb cells to store nectar, water, and pollen. These little pods can even function as a makeshift nursery for bee larvae, which is very cool. We're learning some stuff, aren't we? You can use pure honey from bees to clean wounds. The bee population outnumbers London residents during the summer, which is crazy. Bees react to dark colors, so beekeepers use the white suit as it has less of an effect on bees. Since their eyes perceive it more, bees are more likely to attack dark colors. Wow, so bees can really see dark colors, so they're more likely to attack because of it. Versus light. That's interesting. Swarming happens when bees outgrow their hives, so just like humans, bees will also separate from their mother hive and look for new, smaller hives to prevent overcrowding due to scarcity of resources. Undertaker bees remove dead bees found in the hive. So when a bee dies in the hive, worker bees will assign some of their workforce as undertaker bees to remove the dead. That's kind of sad, but that makes sense. I wonder, do they just like chuck them out of the hive? I hope not. I hope they give them a little nice burial. A bee's honeycomb is a perfect hexagon. Bees are no mediocre insects, as their hexagonal cones each have a perfect angle. Archaeologists have found a bee fossil from 100 million years ago. They say bees also have feelings. So, in a beehive colony, there are pessimistic and optimistic bees. Just like our community. We're mostly positive, but studies show that just like humans, optimistic bees work themselves to death, while those on the pessimistic side tend to slack off. That doesn't sound good. So the positive ones, optimistic, just work themselves to death, and the pessimistic just don't do anything. Get this, cocaine makes honeybees exaggerated liars. Bees that come across cocaine get high too. When they do, their dance exaggerates a flower or plant's quality, misleading their fellow worker bees. So you know how they do the waggle dance? Apparently, they do it too much. So they mislead their fellow worker bees. They even experience withdrawal symptoms. I don't know why they're giving bees that drug, but okay. Bees can solve basic math. Among animals and insects, bees are the biggest math whizzes. They can solve distance and shortest routes between the flowers they visit, and no, they do not need computers and calculators. Bees work like cereal, quote unquote. Kill Earth. And I hope this doesn't get demonetized by YouTube, but it's okay. In most cases, serial killers do their crimes near their place, but enough for peers to not get suspicious. Bees are the same way too. They collect pollen that is not too far nor too near their hives so that predators cannot trace them. Bees are neat freaks. Bees keep their hives spotless by making sure that no one defecates inside the hive other than the queen bee. When nature calls for the queen to do her thing, an inside worker bee cleans up their mess right away. How? I don't know. So you can add more colors to your garden to attract bees. Bees love bright colors. Beekeepers do not take all the honey. So local beekeepers respect bees, only taking what the bees don't need. On average, each beehive rears about 45 to 50 kilograms of excess honey. Oh, excuse me. This is interesting. It says you can save a bee by making them a drink. Bees rest motionless for a very long time when they get tired, entering a state of torpor, which is what happens in the winter, and this acts as their way to recover from a miscalculated journey from the flower to their hive. You can help them get back on their feet by mixing equal parts sugar and water and leaving it near the bee. So that's interesting. Have you ever seen a bee like it's just like laying on the sidewalk or something? I've always thought they were like dead or whatever, but they were just chilling. I guess it's because they enter this state called torpor because they're tired, and so they literally just have to rest. So what we can do is we equal parts sugar and water, just like sugar water, just spray it near the bee. Don't spray it on the bee, but near it. That can give them energy. It's like an energy bees can sense fear, though. Like, that's why you gotta be calm. You gotta be calm. You gotta be calm. So, a bee can chase you for a quarter of a mile. So when they get aggressive and excited, a swarm of bees could chase you and sting you simultaneously. They're quite the athletes do, not letting up for over 400 meters. Definitely went, oh wow, that's just crazy. Carpenter bees do not live in colonies, so carpenter bees are a solitary species with their nests for their young and themselves alone. Unlike honeybees, carpenter bees can sting humans many times without dying, as they have smooth stings. There's a bee disorder called collapse honey, which, there's a bee disorder called colony collapse, which means many bees die out in their hives or leave altogether without ever returning. As a result, their colonies collapse. Until now, there's still no explanation as to why this happens. In some regions where bees thrive, at least 90% of the bee population has already disappeared. That's actually very sad, so they have no idea why the bees are leaving or any of that. But I'm going to leave you with one more fact that we did not read, because we are almost done, but we'll end with this. Beekeepers. Oh no, it just switched. It said that beekeepers use smoke to calm down bees. So when beekeepers harvest honey to relocate the hive, they smoke the bees. The smoke subdues the bees, letting the beekeepers do their work. I wonder why that is. But yeah, if you made it this far, you're not asleep yet or not fully relaxed, leave one of these guys, leave a bee in the comments so that I know that you made it this far. I'll give you extra love in the comments. So leave an emoji of a bee. Consider hitting our join button to create your bee for this channel. You can grow it. It's very fun. It's our emoji. And if no one's told you today, you are amazing. Life can be very hard, but you're doing phenomenal at it. Be very easy on yourself. I see all the good that you do in the world, and I want to thank you from me and everyone on this channel. Thank you for making a good impact on the world. Every little thing you do matters, and we see you and we love you. And yeah, let me know what bee fact you thought was most interesting. I learned a lot. I think the honey fact about the bee, how they make honey, is interesting. But yeah, I'll see you very soon, my friend. Like, subscribe, do all that fun jazz, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.